Welcome back to Hey Kentucky. Now, next Tuesday is primary day across the state of Kentucky, and while a lot of attention has been focused to the 6th Congressional District and the Lexington mayor's race, not as much has been focused on House races across the state. But there are a lot of them, and some of them represent some key divisions throughout the state, so I thought we'd look at them. Let's start in District 71. That's Garrard, Rockcastle, and part of Madison County, where the floor leader for the Kentucky Republican Party in the House, Jonathan Schell, has a very surprising, difficult primary against Travis Brenda, a teacher. Now, this divide is one that you've probably heard about throughout the state. Schell was part of the group that tried to reform the pension package for teachers and made a lot of folks mad. He's in the Republican leadership. So Travis Brenda decided to run against him, basically under the theory that he was ruining the education system in Kentucky and he was standing up for teachers. And he's found some traction. A lot of folks across the state are supporting Brenda, including teachers, and he's raised money from outside the district. Now, Schell, as part of Republican leadership, is supported by Republicans throughout the state and business interests. So in a lot of ways, this is an interesting summation of a fight. It's the mainstream of the Republican Party within Schell, and it's teachers feeling like they've been forgotten in the form of Brenda. We'll have to see what happens. Most people believe it's a toss-up. All right, let's switch gears to District 81. That's Madison County, and someone we've talked a lot about on this show, Wesley Morgan. Now, he's an incumbent, and he's running against Deanna Frazier. She's an audiologist in Madison County. And this is kind of a fight between the two factions of the Republican Party. Morgan has been aligned a lot with Governor Matt Bevin. He's probably one of Bevin's best friends in the legislature, while Frazier was encouraged to run, at least according to Morgan, by Jeff Hoover and some of the mainstream folks in the Republican Party. Now, this really is a fight about what it means to be a Republican in Kentucky. Are you a Matt Bevin Republican, or are you a Mitch McConnell Republican? There is that divide, and a lot of people see Morgan and Frazier as that divide. Morgan's been a little bit of a controversial legislator. We've talked a lot about his bills, but he's very active. He filed or co-sponsored 78 bills in the House. This is a fight for the soul of the Republican Party in Madison County. Most people think it's going to be very close. Morgan may be in the lead, but it is a toss-up. Let's switch gears now to the Democratic Party in the 20th District, which is Bowling Green, Kentucky. And this is where Jody Richards was a legislator for almost 30 years, and he's very distinguished and well-respected, and he's retiring. And now a lot of people want the seat in both parties, and it's expected to be one of the tightest races in November. On the Democratic side, we see a divide that plays out a little bit like the Hillary Clinton-Bernie Sanders divide nationwide. Rick DuBose and Brian Slim Nash represent sort of the mainstream of the Democratic Party. They're both city commissioners who've been in Bowling Green. They're members of the community. DuBose's wife is a school teacher. And then there's Patty Minter. She's a former professor at Western Kentucky. She's sort of on the far left of the ideas. She's very progressive. She's raised money from gay, lesbian, fairness groups across the state. And this is expected to be a tight primary. Now, a lot of statewide Democrats want to see DuBose win. They think he can win in November and the other candidates can't. But there's a lot of support for Minter within the community, especially around Western Kentucky University. This will be a tight one to watch. And finally, let's go to the 43rd District. That's West Louisville. Darrell Owens, a legislator for a long time and a voice in Frankfort forever, he's retiring, and a host of people are running against him. And in many ways, it's a fight for the future of leadership in West Louisville. Charles Booker is probably the favorite. He ran for state senate last year. He's a young guy, very energetic and exciting. But he also has opposition in Pamela Stevenson, a former Marine colonel, and Philip Baker, who's been endorsed by Darrell Owens, the person who used to have the seat. Now, folks in Louisville will tell you this is a fight. People in Louisville are kind of divided as to who to go with, and all three of those candidates have strong groundswells of support. I think Booker will win, but history has shown us whoever wins this seat has it for a long time, and the whole fight is going to be in the primary. There may be no hotter race in the state than the 43rd District on Tuesday.